Go.
Can we just start?
Yeah, let's start.
Oh, sweet. Let's
Let's go.
Hey, let's go.
Let's go.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the DimesCast. Hope everyone is having a great week. We're here joined in the studio with one of Brisbane's freshest artists,
The
SPYCE.
freshest.
The fresh. SPYCE the rapper. How is Oh. It's good to have you here, brother.
Cheers, boys. Cheers, boys.
How
It's
are
good
you,
to be
man?
here.
It's good. Actually, it's good to finally have. Bro, you've had some complications to get
Oh,
here.
man.
You've been through a lot, and now you're here.
Today was not my favorite day of all days. Like I woke up, it was just chill. I'm like, yeah, I got this. I'm gonna go out see Dimes. We'll get this going, and then it just sort of. Like it went down and then it sort of got good and then it just got really bad and then like the traffic on the way in here made it even worse. So I'm just like, I'm just happy to be here.
We need to get you on that good level.
Yeah.
Let's get that.
We're coming back up.
Yeah,
I think
I think
we're
we've
up for
hit
sure.
like the bottom, so it can only get better.
Well, bro, no, it's so awesome to have you here, man. I mean, we've been talking about this for a while,
Yeah.
trying to get you in here. I know you've been busy recording in the studio next door,
Yeah.
doing. Is it an EP or an album that you come out with?
Basically, like I created it as an EP, and then there's so much different flavor in there that I figure it's going to be better to be like sort of drop those back to back as singles over the next 5 months or so, and that way it'll give me enough time because I've already sort of started work on an album, and then we're going to get that going over the release of those 5. So once that goes, get a bit of traction off of that because we out here, we fresh. So we get that cracking, and then have an album to show that we can do works of art as well as singles.
Yeah.
So
bro.
Let's go. Been working with the Tane Noble, who we've recently had, which is dope. And how's that experience been?
Man, it's natural, so natural. Like I've worked with a lot of dudes, and a lot of people talk some smoke, and like when I first got introduced to Tane, people were like, yo, he's really good. Like you need to work with him. I'm like, boy, I've heard that shit before. You know, like rock up and there's some $2 mic strapped up to the roof. I'm like, boy, got some eggshells on the walls. Like, what the fuck is going on? So I was just like, okay, come here. And I seen the studio and it was just sort of started getting built. So I'm like, oh, this is it's a bit different. Like, let's get it. And there's a whole heap of boys in the studio and they're like, you're not ready for this. You ain't never been in a studio like this. You're not ready. You're going to choke.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, who are you? Like, I didn't even know these guys, and they were made to Tane. So I was just like jumped in there and I smashed a freestyle. I was thinking it was like, something ridiculous. I took like 6 takes of 32 bars, just one after the other. He's like, just jump in there and do a quick mic test. So like I jumped in, I'm like, practicing this beat kicked. I'm just like, whoa. I was like, SPYCE 1 when I'm practicing. Ain't nobody tell me what lane I'm in. So I just smashed it. And I came out and there was like 3 dudes sitting there and they're like, oh. I'm like, where'd your friends go?
They're like,
Sit him in their place.
he's ready.
Sit him in their place.
He is ready.
Bye. See you guys.
Like, he's going to choke. He's not ready. I'm like, we're not ready. I got bars for days, boy.
Bro, how long have you been doing this for?
Oh, man, solid since I was 16, but I was real on the DL about it all, too. So, like, all my boys, I thought had God body bars, like back in the era of boom bap, So, like, they were all freestyling and barring out hard. So I was just like, oh, I got something. But, I got this beat that I made. So we can be friends because I make beats, And then I'm like listening. I'm like, wait for him to leave, and then I'm in. Shit down. So I was like, steady since I was 16, but like I sort of give it away because all the lads, hit a bad run with the drugs and whatnot. So it was like, left it go for a long while, and then I was at work, and I'd always freestyle at like nightclubs and stuff like that, do a couple of rap battles here and there. And then I got a clip at work and this guy like recorded me, and then it started like trending through the whole office and shit. And they're like, yo, you should start doing this properly again. I'm like,
Maybe.
And one of the dudes that I was actually at work with, TK, we'll put him up. Whatever. I wasn't gonna say his name, but yeah, he introduced me to Tane.
Nice.
So a lot of stuff wouldn't happen without that guy. But
shout out to him.
Yeah, shout out to him, but also lick my balls.
Literally.
From the back to the front. But so we got that cracking, and he's like, yo, I got this mate, and he's really good. So I'm like, okay, come in, and yeah, we've just been kicking it ever since. And like me and Tane, really natural. So like he'll pull a sample up, and I'm just like, yo, start writing a hook off the sample, and by the time he's finished making the beat, I've got a 16 and a hook ready.
Nice.
So like we've smacked out tracks in less than 36 minutes. I think we done Source in like 36 minutes from sample to from sample to final cut.
Yeah.
Before mixing, obviously,
Yeah,
but it was really like it just feels natural with him. It goes
Just
hard.
rolls off and just good vibe.
I was gonna say, I mean, we've been in here setting up like our podcast, and we've just been hearing the fire come through the walls, and we're like, oh man, this is dope.
Yeah,
like
because you've been here before a couple of the episodes, just chilling.
Yeah. I'm always about. I'm in here trying to get as much as I can done while I can. You know,
100%, bro.
that's it, man. And I think it's always good to keep busy.
Yeah, definitely.
And just like,
but a balance as well, like, because if you grind too hard, then it goes away from being a passion and it starts becoming your job. Like I quit my job so I could pursue this full time. You know, so I'm not about to grind hard and just be like, oh, I don't want to go to the studio, bro. I just want to smoke a bowl and chill, you know. I'm like, no, I can actually go to the studio and smoke a bowl and chill, you know. Like, let's get it done, you know.
I was gonna say, let's talk about that, bro. I remember when we first met you. You're like, you were still working the job, and you're like, I think I'm gonna quit my job tomorrow. That's like the legit what you said to me.
Yeah,
and I'm like, oh, it's crazy. Like, what do you do? And you're like, oh, I'm a full-time such and such. And I was like, that's insane that you want to leave that job to do what you want to do, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I think if your dreams like don't make people laugh, then they're not big enough, you know. So like working at like in a law firm of all places, you know what I mean? Like coming up in the streets doing the dirty, and then like getting all stiff and clean the whole way up and getting into a law firm, you know, like it was a big step because a lot of people are like, are you sure?
Yeah. That's what everyone will always say to you.
Yeah, and I was just like, look, man. At the end of the day, I've got some money to back myself. I'm gonna, you know, back myself. I'm not gonna put my money elsewhere. I'm gonna represent myself. I'm gonna go hard for it, you know, like. So I got a lot of stuff in the pipeline to wreck, you know, a lot of different scenes. So I just think that it's time to go.
Yeah, sure, bro.
Have you taking that step? Was it always like maybe a pressure thing for you, like going, okay, I've done this step. Now I've got to. Now
like
I need to put in the
go
work.
and get face tattoos. The works.
What?
Yeah, just to stop me from being able to get back into the work. You know what I mean? Just to like fully like force myself. Like there is no other option. Like you're giving it 100%, and if that doesn't work, then you start your own business. Like I'm not stupid. I know how I can twist money either or, but why not?
Go full Post Malone on
Yeah,
it.
exactly, bro. Like
Fuck it.
always
work
tired.
it. Always work it.
oh yeah, always work.
Always. Yeah. What is it? Always working?
No, it's always tired.
Oh, always
yeah,
tired.
always.
But do we have a meaning of why he got that tattooed on his face? God? Are you there?
Yeah, got you there.
I reckon he's probably tired a lot.
God sounds young.
He sounds pretty Aussie, Oh, there it is.
I just don't.
I mean, yeah, he's definitely not going to get a job at at
Yeah,
Chick-fil-A.
no, you
if
feel
he
me?
wants to.
You feel me? Like,
So like,
and
Maybe-
you start
maybe
slapping
Chick-fil-A.
some silver teeth in your head and get some face tattoos. Like people are like, yo, you overqualified to work at McDonald's. I understand that, but you're gonna scare the patty off the grill. Like you can't be out here.
Stay away and always tired. And then you got the Playboy symbol on it.
Yeah, hey, what's that little? Is that like an Omega symbol? I don't even know what that is. Post Malone, I don't want no smoke, but your shit is whack, bro. Like your music is super wavy, but
Yeah,
that
bro,
is
hard.
That's the marshmallow face, isn't it?
I
No,
don't-
DJ
Yo.
No, it is. Is that
Who
marshmallow?
read two or?
Oh, that's an exclusive right there.
On the DimesCast.
On the DimesCast. Oh, okay. He's ready. We don't mess around here, man.
That was not set up, or we did not even set
That's off
that
the
up.
top. I was gonna say, I think there's like people really show their true colors. Like I'm back to when you left work and you're just going all in.
Yeah.
I think people really show their true colors when it's like, all right, well, this is all or nothing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Like it was a lot of support for me when I was working and I was like grinding up to it. And like when people knew I was spending every night at the studio, and like the thing that was like the turning point for me is like I wasn't mentally stable enough. Not that I was fucking wigging out and being crazy and shit, but like I didn't have the clarity mentally to be able to sit down and write quality music that I thought would actually make an impact in the industry. So for me, I was like, okay, I got enough money. I ended up getting a backer in who gave me some extra coins, so I had a couple K there. So I'm like, whatever, here you go. Like we got work with the homie Tane.
yeah.
and we just, started grinding at it. But I was real tired, so I'd work from 6 in the morning till like 7 at night. I'd come in here, I'd be in here in a suit, throwing down trap bars. Like,
it's probably the first rapper I've seen walk through here with a suit.
Yeah.
Record.
I think I remember like the room was full, and like I remember walking in and I'm like, oh Tane, oh Jaden, and then someone else was there, and I was like, hey, like I was like, hey man, I'm Emmett, and you're like, oh yeah, Spice bro, and then you're like, yeah, I'm a rapper. I was like,
no, you ain't.
all right, okay, man.
Going for that different vibe. I like it.
Yeah. But then you know what the funny thing is? I remember you were talking to me. You're like, oh yeah, Tane really liked that track that we made, and you were showing like everyone in the room, and then you're like, bro, I'm here too. I liked it as well. Like, you're like, why did you make?
First time I fucking met.
And from that day on, I knew that guy. I like him. I like that guy.
Yeah, I'm not one to be left out. I'm like, hey, I actually thought it was dope too, just in case you wanted to know.
I love that, man. That was the best moment, man. But yeah, I remember. Yeah, we come in here late, and you and Tane would just be grinding, and you're just in the back. Like you looked hella tired, but there was like something different. I remember when you were leading up to going to leave your job.
Yeah,
and I think that just determination, just being like, this is what I want to do.
Yeah, it was definitely a flip point because I showed my nephew like my first polished track, and he's only 3. He's like, starts throwing gang signs up and shit. I'm like, yeah, boy. He's like, I like this, uncle.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, yo. And like, I got a lot to grind for too, you know what I mean? It's not just a little bit on the line. Like, I really want to change the definition of where a family tree can go. And it's not where you come from, it's where you end up.
Yeah.
And like, there's a lot of stipulations on the way that are going to stop you and block you. But honestly, if you just keep stepping it out and have a small process goal, so like you just break it down into small step goals, and by the end of it, you'll accomplish your goal and you'll be like, oh shit, what else am I going to do now? Instead of being like, shit, it's so hard to get there because I'm not actually doing anything. Like, if you break it down into small block steps, like it was just inevitable for me to have to quit my job and move forward and go with it hard because
that's some facts right there.
In the back of my mind, like I'm only one track away from fucking becoming the next, whoever, like Offset take me away, get me out of here.
You know what?
But no, Post Malone would probably be a better record.
Sorry, Post Malone. Yeah,
like White Iverson was like an overnight popper.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And he was trying to release that so hard himself because I watched his little bio thing. He's like, I wanted to release it like right then. No, take your time. He's like, fuck you. Bang, posted it and bang, blew up, and he was just sitting there watching the fucking count.
Yeah, look at him now, bro. Probably one of the biggest artists in the world.
Exactly, bro. So like, I've got that low-key feeling in me. Like, I can't describe it, man. You know, like some people have just got that desire to want to be like a horse trainer or some shit. Like,
horse trainer, let's go. Melbourne Cup, let's go. Next 2020, we're coming.
Hey, Melbourne Cup, just a holiday to sniff coke and watch. What are those furry things? Oh, horses. Yeah, horses. We're watching horse racing. That's right. Shit.
So true, mate.
So true.
Hey, I ain't looking at horses. I'm out there looking at them things wearing fascinators. You know what I mean? Damn.
What was I gonna say? That's a perfect example of Post Malone. Blowing up overnight. But I also saw this. It was either a status or a story that Rory Noble put up. And I thought, I was like, man, that's super inspiring.
Oh, man,
and
he's always on his good shit.
And his quote was, I don't know if it was his or someone else's, but he wrote, every single time you open up Ableton, you have a chance to change your life.
Oh,
and I was like, oh my lord! And I grabbed, dropped the bomb. And I grabbed my laptop, and I watched Netflix. No.
Not today, Destiny. There's a new episode of iZombie out. I'm watching this shit.
But man, I was like, man, that's so true. Like, you obviously don't know. You don't have control of it. Exactly. Like, as long as you're vibing the music that you're making, I think that's a great place to be. But when it pops off, that's the bonus.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Sure.
And there's so many different avenues to pop off in. Like, if you take it back, like when I first got into music, it was easy for me to step back because I realized I was like, oh man, this is so unattainable. Because you had to like release your CD, find an avenue to sell your CDs at, You know what I mean? You had to pay the upfront to get your CDs. Right? Like there was so much cost involved in just dropping them, like in just 4 songs. You know what I mean? It was so expensive, and I was so young. You know what I mean? Like we're 16 to 19, we were grinding it out. So I'm just like, nah, I'm done. I was like, you should taking my last red cent. I'm like, this is it. I was like, we ain't made a goddamn penny. You know what I mean? We were making money, but it was like in bar tabs and just, and as kids, you know, and as soon as you start working and getting gigs in clubs, you know, what? You don't make no money. It cost you money to get there that night, and then you spend the bar tab, bro. So
you get that little taste. I think that little taste of like success, but like, I think that's what a lot of promoters and like people who work behind the scenes, they that's what they depend on. Yeah,
well, we lost a lot of that. We didn't have anything to sort of get us to that next level, so we just left it, you know. So coming back into it, I had enough industry experience and knowledge to know what sort of I had to do and what work I had to put in. And I don't really see another option. You know?
Well, that's good. Because I there is none.
Well, that's it. Like I don't see me failing. I can't see it like in my visuals, in like my dreams, like in anything, you know. And like even when people say, "Oh, you know, what about this?" I don't get that bad feeling. Like, "Oh shit, what about? Yeah, maybe I should think about that." Yeah, man. That. Me with your negative. Get out of here.
Flick that away.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome, man. And I think everyone who's been in here, man, they've always got a great attitude, bro.
for sure.
And I think yours is just to the forefront, bro. You're just so you're like, if you don't know this guy and you haven't met this guy, this is actually who he is. Like everything you hear, everything you see, is what you get.
100%.
100%.
There's no change. I ain't got no filter. I'm apologising for that in advance because I'll probably say some shit that'll offend some people, but
that's good. So does this guy. That guy over there.
God.
Yeah. Have you got anything to say? No. Okay. Well, there you go. He doesn't want to offend anyone.
Were we all created equally?
I'm not touching that.
Touchy subject. Touchy subject, guys.
See, I told you. We'll get there.
We're all pieces of shit.
Thank you, God.
Thank you, Lord. So talking about new music, bro. You've recently just released
my
American
debut
Express.
single of American. Yeah, man.
Yeah, bro. Poppin'.
It's a killer, man.
Well,
I
here
actually
it is.
really fuck with it.
He's got it ready. I remember you guys showing me the artwork for it. It's dope. If we can somehow get that artwork up. We were listening to this before you came, man.
Yeah, bro.
Very groovy. Are we gonna get copyright strike for this? Are you gonna copyright strike this?
No. Just keep me with the royalties, you know.
Check. Yeah, sweet. So yeah, if you guys have a look at the card, there it is.
No, don't look too closely at the card. You don't want to do that.
Oh. Why is that? Why?
No, it's not mine.
Oh. I was gonna say, who has AMX in Australia?
Yeah, I know, it's exclusive, right? And then when like the homie put my name on it, I'm like, bro, people know I'm lying now. Like,
but
I wish, you know, but like I'm waiting. Like hopefully this pops off. Cut the check, American Express. Where you at?
I love the hook on this, man.
Yeah.
It's groovy as.
Like I wrote this off the sample, so hear that like that little orchestra thing. I was just like listening. I was like, American Express. I'm like, oh shit. I was like, started writing some stuff, and then Tony was like, yo, he's like, extend that Express out. And I'm like, yo.
Yeah.
And then we cut it, and it was a banger.
Yeah. See, Tane's really good at like cadence.
Man. Yeah, bro.
Like, he's a genius. Bro.
Super genius, and he's hella young on the stage too.
Yeah.
Like he's got some big stuff ahead of him for sure.
The whole
super
family,
excited.
bro.
Yeah,
That
super
whole
excited to
family.
be involved in that environment.
Yeah.
Like honestly, really big ups.
So tell me, what's the story behind this track?
It's really just a feel good track to sort of play in your car, play at your house, get a drink on, turn it up in the clubs.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You can hear the bass in there.
Yeah.
You want some of that. As soon as you hear it, you just like.
Yeah, exactly. It's got that groove to it. Eh?
Yeah,
That's exactly
it's
right.
It's just a funk in it. So I don't know. It's just sort of a throwback to like the good old days. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like a lot of people now are like getting too offended at shit. You know what I mean? So I'm out to catch a flight before I get offended. Like, you know what I mean? I'm out of here. Like, shit. No limits to what I'm up to. I'm out of here later, bowl. Like I guess that was the basis of it all.
Yeah, hard. That's dope. That's a really good base for that track.
That's fucking sick. Do you get anyone like just straight doubting?
Yeah.
How do you handle it?
I tell them to fuck off. I'm I'm like, what are you doing with your life?
just
I'm like,
straight.
oh, you work at motherfucking Coles or something, don't you? You big supportive element. You out here being the pillar of society, you know what I mean? Paying your taxes, living the goddamn dream, picket fence and all that shit. Get out of my face. Go home and have boring missionary sex with your wife while I'm out here hitting groupies, you know what I mean? I don't care for your shit. No.
Yeah.
Negative. No.
Great way to have an approach to it.
No. Well,
Straight
Do you
to the
say that
point.
every single time you get
yeah, no, I've got it memorized.
yeah. It's, like, it's written down, just like if.
I'm over here with my palm. Just like, yeah, this is what happens.
Yeah.
Nah.
Because I feel like, especially now with the age of the internet, it's so easy to bring people down.
Bro, exactly. Like, and that's what sort of where I was bridging before. Like, with the internet, it's shattered into so many like retrospective areas. Like everyone's in their own little subcategories. You know what I mean? So you can generally work that to whoever.
Yeah.
There's so many listeners and watchers out there. That's all people are now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
And it's
sure.
like, go back 15 years ago, that was hella creepy.
Yeah.
You know, like, why are you watching everything I post? Like, oh
Yeah.
my God, stop it.
Yeah.
You know,
Straight
like,
up.
look at this weirdo. He's liking everything I post in
Yeah,
2
yeah,
seconds. And now they're like, oh my God, I posted this an hour ago, but only got 100 likes. You know what I mean? Like, it's really crazy. So, for me, like, that's what really made me want to step up, because people are like, oh, you know, you got to sound, you know, I'd listen to your shit. I'm like, yeah. Like, definitely. So I really had a solid strategic think about it. It wasn't just like, oh yeah, no, I think I'm the best.
Yeah.
Like, I actually think I can market myself to within a big enough market to make enough money to make a living off my off my music. You know what I mean?
I believe it.
And that's just simply for, like, you can't say that hip hop is just hip hop now. You know,
Nah.
there's no such thing. You know, everyone has their own lane, and if you try to approach someone in their own lane, you will get your fucking ass kicked.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like this drill stuff that's kicking off.
Yeah.
Boy, I really want to write some stuff like that, but I can't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even going to flex on you. So I'm not going to blow smoke and try and drop a drill track in the next week or so. Nah, never happening.
Yeah.
Like, but I appreciate it. I love it. And I bang that shit coming out all the time. Like, 1-4. Spot the difference, man. Spot the difference. Shout outs, boys, man. That goes so hard, man. Like, the first time I heard it, even, like, normally it takes me a while to warm up to some shit, but I heard that, I was like, oh, yeah.
And I think we were talking to Nerve about this. It's like, I think that's what Australia needed for Australian hip hop.
Just some type of different exposure, I think, because there's a lot of great, like, even like freestyle battle rappers that represent Australia and go all over the world, but there's no publicity on them.
Yo.
You know what I mean? Like, the homie Dundee was throwing up some stuff about this, like, not too long ago. He's like, I represent all over the world. He's like, he's a heavyweight. Like, he's no, like, you don't want smoke with him, bro.
Do you know Vega?
Yeah, heard of him.
Yeah, we're good.
I wish.
We're good homies with Vega.
Really?
Yeah, we should actually get him on the show.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. And actually, didn't you go down to
I went to World Domination over in Toronto a couple of years ago when Dundee and Vega were both.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Where was the publicity over there?
Yeah.
Like,
Hold up.
even to leave a 2-second message on the news.
Yeah.
That
Australia made it into the rap battles up there,
yeah.
representing, holding it down. But
Yeah.
not even a 2-second snippet, not even a post on their fucking Facebook.
Yeah. I remember, this is a quick side story. I remember when we were in the studio, Adam was there, and Kay Leeser was there, one of the guys from Imperial Collective.
Yeah.
And with Imperial, they also have like a battle rappers like group as well, where they have like Vega, Ted, Bronson as well.
Oh, yeah.
So they're all these dope rappers, battle rappers. And I remember,
Shout out to Bronson.
I
Killer.
remember, yeah, he is a killer. He's
Beast.
young too,
Beast.
young man.
Oh, so much ahead of him, man. Like, whoa.
So I remember we was in the studio with Adam, and Kay Leeser was like, "Oh, what are you doing this weekend?" And I'm like, "Nothing." He's like, "Oh, my mate Vega's like battling. Who was he battling?
Shotty P.
Shorty P. Yeah. So like, at then I didn't really know who it was. This guy was like, Shorty P, as in like the rapper, like the battle rapper, and I was like, yeah. It was such a surprise, and then literally the next couple of weeks, he's on a plane to
Like,
Canada to follow on. I was like, "What's this coming from?"
Hey, yo, what? That's happening? Okay, I'm going to. See you later. Bye.
And I also remember when we went to that event.
He definitely is God.
Yeah, I remember when we went to the event. I remember, bro, you were pretty tanked,
Yeah, I got pretty drunk.
and bro, you were saying You were doing the follow-ups with the Shoddy P like follow-ups like at the end of each round. How he has those certain things. Like you were just yelling it, and he was like probably like one of the only three or people, and he was yelling it with his chest, with your chest.
Say it with your chest.
And
Put some weight on it. Put some weight on it.
You know, I'm just in the back. I'm like, yeah, sweet. All these like islanders and stuff are just looking at Adam, and then Adam's like, yeah, who cares? Like, man, you were having the time of your life. That was great. Times. But yeah, no, man. You're 100% right. There's like with Australian hip hop, it needed to shake up. 1-4 gave that.
Yeah,
to
definitely.
Australia.
And now it's open.
And now I'm hoping
it's season, baby.
I honestly hope that like especially with the battle rappers, like there's a huge thing for battle rap.
Bro,
Yeah.
people eat it.
Yeah,
For sure, bro.
You know, it's just like, I think it's low key. It's the confrontation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like
100%.
it's that goddamn.
And
Like, and
it's
it's
like
the
that-
prelim.
it's
It's
like
the
that-
prelim as well. Like the beef that leads up to
Yeah,
them.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like people eat that.
It's like that. It's just like 8 Mile. Like it's everyone just
Oh.
imagines that. Like,
Bruh.
like
Yeah.
people.
But
and that's where
in
it's
Australia, it was
essentially-
never really like that.
No,
you know what I mean?
not to
Like,
that extent.
like the battle raps that I started kicking off in, like to get me back in, was just like house parties and like they'd be like, so I'd be like that guy. They'd be like, watch them, and I'd be like, whack, whack. I'm like, oh shit, that cunt's got some balls. I'm like, whack, whack, and then I'll jump up. I'm like, oh yo, anyone got a fresh beat? And I just like try to entice some motherfuckers to come at me. You know what I mean?
Hey, I got
So
something prepared.
Yeah, so I was just like, yeah, you're whack. You ain't got no cadence. I was like, you just popping syllables. I was like, you speak fast, but no one understands the shit you're saying. Like, it's just standard stuff. You know what I mean? It's like when you're young, you try to find your gimmick. You know what I mean? I've never really had one.
Oh, wow.
Like, I just
Maybe just calling people out. Maybe that's your thing.
smoother than mayonnaise, baby.
What else I was gonna say? With all the 1-4 and the attention, do you reckon it's like right now it's the best time to
Now
release
is the
music?
time to release. That's why I wanted to do my singles back to back to back to back.
Yeah.
Like chilling it, done the waterfall thing. You know what I mean? With
Yep.
Freedom and fucking, you know, It's a Vibe and Wish You Well and all that. Bro.
Yeah.
Gold?
Yeah.
Gold?
Yeah.
Shout outs to Chill.
Yeah.
You're a king.
And it was funny with Nerve's episode, like till the date.
Nerve too.
It was like a
wow,
year.
man.
It was a year ago that Chillin' It released that album.
Yeah, the album.
Yeah.
A year to that date.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I've given myself a solid 2 year stand period of like getting it done. Like, and my goal is to perform at Splendor next year. So Splendor, cut the check. I'll do it for 40% off.
Oh, that's pretty cheap.
Yeah, and that's like before everything pops. You never know, baby. You never know.
So
But that was a big part. I was actually standing there watching, like Hilltops came out, and I was on some acid, but like it was really like because they started bringing out like Draft and like all these new people, like some people I didn't even know. I'm just like, and they started dropping all this fresh. But I'm just like bang, and I stood still, and the crowd was going nuts. And like I looked around, and there's like 4 or 5 other people just stood like in the crowd, just like fully appreciating the moment. You know what I mean? And that right there, I was like,
that's what I want to be.
that's gonna be me.
That's what
I'm
I
like,
wanna be, yeah.
2 years, I'm there. You know what I mean? Because I just finished recording like the first 2 tracks with Tane, and then I went down there. So I was like, man, it's only been like 14 months that I've been taking it dead set seriously.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
You've got a long way, man.
Long-
But like
long
as in
drive,
it's a
though.
great that's a
Well,
great thing.
It's only the beginning. you
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
So,
yeah.
If you're pushing this hard this early, then it's good. You got
Yeah.
a good drive.
yeah, definitely.
So who were your main influences growing up?
Oh.
You can do music and also like family life as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Or friends.
Like it was, that's a tough one, man. Every time I get asked, it's fluid. It changes with me. Because like I used to listen to, because I was an ADHD kid, so my mum used to get me into like a lot of blues type stuff to try to soothe me out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I used to just draw and color into like blues and Beethoven and stuff like that. So my first like hip hop album was Missy Elliott Under Construction. Shout out Missy.
Whoa.
You know, like,
Whoa.
and like I got that, and like because my mum didn't want me listening to hype music.
Yeah.
You know, and she thought like Missy Elliott, you know, that's gonna be all right. But Under Construction was hype. You know?
Oh yeah. That's what I mean. It's a bit of a left turn from like Beethoven.
yeah. So like, and then I got that, and then I got Stan on single. You know what I mean? So like, I just really started touching down. And then like my mate was really heavy into Tupac. So like I just started listening, and he had every single Tupac song. Still to this day, every single Tupac.
Shout out.
Shout out, one of the best ever. Like he had every single song. So like I started listening to Tupac heavy.
Yeah.
So like the lyricism inside of him really strung something together inside of me at a really early stage when I started liking hip hop. And then Biggie, when I first discovered him, I was just like,
God.
you are, you know what I mean? I'm going to get some smoke for that, but
bro.
Biggie, best to do it. I don't care what you say,
I agree.
like cadence,
I
flow,
was gonna ask.
delivery.
I was gonna ask
like,
Tupac or Biggie.
Biggie.
Yeah. All day, baby.
And like, it's not about who brought who. You know? Like, a lot of people try to argue that, oh, he'd be nothing without. It don't matter, baby. Like, what? The student can't beat the teacher?
Yeah.
It's all about evolution. If you can't evolve, you're fucked. If you can't adapt to a situation, you're fucked.
Yeah.
And that's all. That's a lot. Like Uncle Snoop does it best. You know what I mean? He's continuously evolving, and you know he might take an L sometimes, but he's Uncle Snoop. He coming back.
Did you listen to his last album? Oh. It's pretty good, man. I don't mind it, eh?
With all that gospel stuff, bro. Is that what you're talking about?
No,
what are you talking
no,
about?
Oh, he did do the gospel album.
Yeah,
He
like,
did,
Nah,
bro.
nah.
That was real gospel.
Yeah.
Like we're talking.
Yeah.
We're not talking like Jesus is King.
Wait, that was
Kanye.
like to make his grandmama proud. He's
yeah.
like, grandmama never listened to my music, so I made an album for her. I'm like, oh.
Oh, yeah.
Nah, he brought out a recent one, like a month or two ago. I can't remember what it's called, but it's got a lot of tracks on it, and there's fire ones on there, bro. What was it? Can you search it, Adam?
Oh.
I might have heard
Yeah,
some
I
of the.
want to thank me.
Oh,
That's it.
yeah, no, I've heard.
Yeah.
I've heard some tracks off this.
Yeah, this is a banger album, bro. For old Snoopy Dogg.
It's funny.
Man, he's the man.
It's funny with Snoop Dogg. I feel like he's just a guy who's just always coming in and out, and out. Like whenever he feels like.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the beauty of those type of artists. They can just drop anything, anytime. No
Well, he's
promo
a
or
household
nothing.
name no matter where you go. You go to China, you say Snoop Dogg. They're like, oh, Snoopy Dogg, Snoopy Dogg. You know what I mean? You go out to Brazil, you Snoop Dogg. Oh, yes, yeah, Snoop Dogg, Snoop Dogg. Like they know where you're at. So it's
He's just at that level, eh?
yeah, like
at that
his
level.
movies, like his music, everything. Like, look at that. How many tracks is on that album?
22.
22 full songs,
See,
no
that's
skits.
That's what I'm talking about. That's
Yeah.
an
Real
album.
album.
Yeah, bro.
kind
Some
of.
That's an
people,
album.
people these days be releasing like 6-track albums and shit.
It's Kanye West.
Hey,
That's
but
the
what, how
new
many
style
tracks?
of shit,
How
eh?
many tracks is on Nerves EP though? Like his new
think
one.
he's
He's
got
got
like
5 or
6 or 7, is it? Can we check that one?
I'm pretty sure it's 6-ish.
That's a big motherfucking
That's a
EP,
big
man.
EP.
Like, because that's what I had
Yeah.
on mine. I had 5 tracks on my EP, so I was just like, man, that's a big. I was like, I'm probably gonna break that down,
Yeah.
and you know,
We
because
got 8.
8. What?
like
One
all
more
the
than Kanye's
research,
albums.
all the research and everything I've sort of been doing is basically led me to believe that if you release such a big, work of art, right, we'll call it,
Yeah.
and there's all these strong songs in there, they tend to fight against each other and they'll naturally find themselves. But if you would have released them singly,
Yeah.
then they've got enough time for that whole lot to be on them instead of you
Yeah.
having to shift through that EP.
Yeah.
Because how many times have you listened to a song and gone, oh shit, I actually like this song after hearing it 7 or 9 times?
Yeah.
And the 9th time might have been 10 months later when it's hot.
Yeah,
For
exactly.
sure.
So you could have got traction way
Yeah.
sooner if you just had played your cards a little
Bro.
bit smarter.
Bro, you're giving away your
I don't care. I'm out here to share, baby. The
Yeah, let's
industry is massive. The industry is so big, man. Like,
Yeah.
we can all make money, and that's the thing. Like, you don't
Yes.
have to try to throw smoke at some cunt or drag someone down to get higher. Like, let's get high together, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, we asked Nerve this question. We're like, is this an EP or an album? And he's like, oh,
He didn't
even
really-
he struggled
yeah,
to
he didn't
answer
really-
that one.
Yeah,
too.
like it looks like an album.
Yeah. Yeah,
I don't think he wanted to label it as an album because I think he just wants his album to be.
Well, going
Right.
back on what we just said, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like 22 tracks on an album.
Yeah.
full songs. 22 full songs.
Yeah, no skits.
Yeah, nothing.
No, like 3. No what?
Always these days you got like the interludes, the skits.
Yeah, yeah,
There's always,
yeah.
there's always like 3 of them in there.
Hey, low-key got it. I don't get to use my intro though.
Which one?
I got an intro for the EP.
Oh,
that-
that
that
real.
That banger.
Why can't you use it?
What am I going to use it on? Intro for what?
Oh, yeah, no EP.
I built that intro for the EP.
We'll just leave it for.
For you,
No,
for your
no
live.
recycling.
No, for your live set.
Ooh.
Do that live, bro. Because if you guys heard this track,
Oh, it slaps.
it's actually fire.
Yeah.
Also, can we talk about one of the singles that
Yeah,
might
go
be
ahead.
coming out? So we were in the studio. You were showing
yeah.
us some beats, and we came across a very interesting sample that Tane was playing
Fucking
with.
yeah.
Oh, yo.
And it was the Round the Twist theme song.
Yeah, that's my little baby there.
Yeah.
Can you tell me how this came about? Because the funny story is, you actually sent this to Tane. You're like, yo, you should just do you know the theme song of Round the Twist? And he's like, no. And
Yeah, just nah.
Yeah.
It wasn't even like anything. It was just nah. What, bro? Come on, man.
Yeah, and then
Google
you,
it, shit. Like, don't.
yeah, don't just nah.
No, dude actually made me find it on YouTube and send him the link. Like, he wasn't fucking with it at all.
That's so funny. And
Like,
he's
it's the track that's gonna make us the most money, but he didn't want to fuck with it. I just want to put that on the record that he didn't think it was gonna be shit.
and I think the funny thing was it like he watched like an episode, I think, and he was like, "What is this?" He's like, I don't understand anything it is."
It's so crazy.
I honestly thought, I remember when I watched it the first time when I was a kid, and I was super confused. But then it was like, but I want to watch this every single time it comes on ABC Kids. Like, whatever episode it was, I'm watching this.
Yeah.
It's crazy, yeah, because you never knew what to expect.
No,
and I was
never.
addicted to that shit as a kid. No, all right. So I'll tell you how it come about.
Yeah.
And I hadn't heard anything in this like around the twist shit for ages. And I'm just that guy that's ADHD. So I'll be walking around the house, and unless I'm heavily medicated, I'll be like just got riffs in my head continuously, making little hooks or like little freestyles, teasing my brother or my sister, or you know what I mean, like just talking shit about people. So I was like walking, and like Tane's like, "Yo, we need to start working on this EP." You know, he's like, "Have you written?" I'm like, "Yeah, I've written." He's like, "Have you got ideas for some beats?" Blah blah blah. I'd sent him everything.
Yeah.
And we were ready. Like I'd written pretty much the whole EP, and then I was walking in the house, and I'm just like, "Have you ever felt like this?" I'm just like, "Oh shit!" And then I could hear like the percussion in my head. Oh. So I messaged him. I'm like, "Yo, sample this." He's like, "No." I'm like, "No, seriously, sample it." He's like, "No, low key, this could be something." I was like, "Yes, it will be." I was like, "Just fucking cut the sample, goddammit, let's get it done." And then it was like 2 months before he got back to Australia.
Yeah.
And he hadn't sent me nothing. And then we got in the studio the first night, pick him up from the airport. We come here. He's like, "Do you want to hear it?" I'm like, "Yes, I want it." Woo!
Oh man, it bangs.
It is a banger.
Man.
I remember when he was playing in the other room, and I'm like, "That's so familiar." Like the lead of this.
Yeah.
And then it dropped, and I was like, "Is this Round the Twist?" And I walked in, I was like, "Are you guys serious? What are you guys doing?" And you're like, "It's gonna be dope." And I was like, "Okay." And then I remember you showed us like the finished product, and we're like, "Oh, all right."
Yeah, it's different now.
Got that thing to it.
Yeah, it comes on a whole
Yeah,
different
bro.
level. Like the first part of the verse is sort of like, "Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I like this song," and then you're like,
Do you? What is this episode? Oh yeah.
"Oh, the ghost one. Yeah, no, this is no good because he's on the
What's
toilet."
he pointing at? He's always
He's telling him to get off his toilet, man. He's on the toilet, remember?
no. He's I can't remember. Oh wow, look how old it looks. Eh?
Yeah, so like the idea for the film clip for this one, I'll give you the sneaks on this one, right? So see how old it is. What we were going to do is we were trying to record it in the same quality.
Yeah.
And then, but like on a green screen, and then insert me into the motherfucking thing.
Yeah, you can
So I could be like hiding in the background, you know what I mean, like behind stuff.
You're gonna be the creepy uncle, eh?
Yeah, like I could just be one of the characters. Who knows? You know, I could be like riding my bike behind them or something. Yeah, never even know.
I was gonna say because there's like how many siblings is there? There's like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And then the mum and the dad, and then like the real crazy grandfather that lives.
No, the grandma.
Oh, grandma.
It's grandma.
Oh, you could be the grandfather.
No, it's a lady.
No, I said you could be the grandfather.
Oh yeah, no, I don't. See, that guy. That's not the guy. You're talking about the lady with the old white hair, right? And she wears the raincoats and stuff all the time. Right? Seriously, lady.
Do you guys remember the episode where like, I forget which sibling it was, pissed on a tree and then became pregnant?
Yeah,
Nah.
bad.
That's
that
what
was
got
terrible.
me. That's after that episode. I never watched it again, eh?
Bro, and then he started turning into a tree, bro. And he's like, he thought he was getting extra fingernails or something. Oh
Yeah.
no, that's another episode as well.
Oh yeah, there's another one.
Yeah, because he started growing extra fingernails up his fingers. The next minute he was a fucking Merv thing. He was like a fish human.
Like what was I gonna say? Yeah, this guy pissed on a tree, became pregnant with the tree,
Yeah,
and then he gave birth to a tree baby. Could you imagine if this aired this like that episode was there like
Oh,
this? Shit?
so many people offended.
Oh yeah, oh
That's
yeah.
what I mean. Like,
All the
that
tree
was-
lovers, eh?
Hey, like I
Oh, actually,
identify as a tree. That's rape. You know?
Did that tree consent to
Hey,
that?
did you give that tree the consent app?
Well, do you remember like that generation of like shows though? Like, do you remember Animorphs?
Bro, that was my favorite, bro.
Bro, I
Man.
loved Animorphs.
That was my thing.
And then what else? There's like obviously the cartoons like Cat Dog and stuff like
Cat
that.
Dog, man.
But
Like Earthworm Jim,
Oh yeah,
bro.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
Street Sharks,
Yeah.
Gargoyles.
Street Sharks, yeah.
Goddamn. Oh, of course, throw back to Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that shit out.
sure.
but like,
What shows were available back in your day, brother? There you go. Here we go. Play School. Obviously,
Yeah,
it was,
Play School's about 50 years old.
yeah, it's still going.
Yeah, man.
Like, next minute, Play School's older than Jesus. You're like,
What?
Sesame Street. You know, the
Oh
classics.
yeah, the classics. Yeah.
oh yeah, Doctor Squiggle, Doctor
Oh,
he
was
Mr.
a
Squiggles.
dick,
Squiggle.
Mr.
He was
Squiggle,
dope.
Lamb
Aggro.
Chop,
Aggro. Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my
yeah.
God.
like that Plucker Duck Saturday Night. What is it? Saturday Night Live. What was that?
Yeah.
We had that. That's
Hey,
where
hey,
Aggro.
it's Saturday.
Hey, hey,
Hey,
it's
it's
Saturday.
Saturday.
Like,
That's
do you
where
remember?
Aggro went,
Do
yeah.
you remember when?
Oh, throwback to how old I really am.
Do you remember when Harry? You know Harry Connick Jr. Do you remember him? He's like this blues singer, and he was a judge on the show. Do you remember
Yeah,
this?
that was recently.
Oh yeah, he was a judge on the show, and like these guys came out, and they did like a Michael Jackson dance, but they full on painted themselves black, and he
No, it
got
was just blackface.
yeah, but he got super offended, and he like called them out. He's like, I forget what he said, but he's like, it's unacceptable. Like live on the show, and it was like super awkward, and it was like kids, eh? Were they kids or teenagers?
They were teenagers when they first did it, like in the 90s or
Oh
whatever,
yeah,
and then they came back and redid it and did the blackface thing again, and you know we're a bit more progressive now.
But you know,
Yeah.
like that Jimmy Jackson fella, you know, he got done for doing Jimmy Blackson. You know what I mean? He painted his face black and he done this like thing, and like people wigged it. He's like, I'm not being racist. It's just a clever play on my name. You know, Jimmy Jackson, Jimmy Blackson.
Yeah.
I painted my face black. Like,
it's tough times, say.
oh, so
I'd
so
do
many
anything.
people are fucking offended. Like, I'm offended that you're offended. You know? What about that? How's about that?
Do you when you see like those type of things on social media, are you the type of person to chime in and?
Nah, see, because like I'm that confident that I'm gonna be like famous soon. that
Yeah.
I don't want to be like.
Affiliated.
Yeah, like self-sabotaging myself with some dumb
Oh,
shit. You know, like
yeah.
some dumb Kevin Hart shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah.
say sorry to the LMNOPs. You know what I mean? Like, fuck off.
Man, it's I still feel sorry for Kevin, like for that, because
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like that tweet was ages ago. Did
And
you
he
hear about
said
this?
sorry about it. He said sorry.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And they're
Yeah.
like, no, look, because we've just brought it up again, you're gonna have to say
Yeah.
sorry again.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, fuck you.
Yeah.
I would be saying the same thing
Fucking
too.
oath,
You know what I
bro.
mean?
Yeah.
You're not gonna
Fucking oath.
manipulate me.
Exactly.
But I figure because I'm that guy that you're not gonna manipulate me. I just better.
Yeah, just keep to yourself for a little
Just
bit.
quietly.
But I tried that. I made like my own personal page and added like 100 and something people of like my closest, so I could just be like Trollzilla,
Yeah.
and then like have my SPYCE page, and then that got canned.
Yeah, tell us about this.
What happened?
Bro,
What have you done?
So hectic. I don't know what I've done. Right. So like I had like something like the 4,800 followers like way back, and it was just like, you know, when everyone was young and went through the stage of like you gotta have heaps of friends, you know. So I was like added all these random people, and then I just kept getting sick of seeing all this negative bullshit. You know,
Yeah.
people just not getting out of their own way, and like I'm reading these statuses, and it's like, this sounds a lot like your fault, and you're venting, expecting people to tell you that you're right. Like, shut up.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly,
so I just
straight up.
started deleting all these people. But what I didn't realize is that when I first started getting back into my music, I'm like, yo, I've got all this traction on my page. Like, if I post something, like, there's normally like a couple hundred things on it real soon.
Yeah.
But because I deleted all these people that had been active all over my shit posting phase, because I'm bad at I just like spam post like 50 a day.
Yeah.
So I didn't have that traction anymore because I deleted them. So I ended up trying to get new people. So I'm adding like 50 people a day that are relevant, only people that were
Yeah.
like mutual friends and stuff. And then I got to something like 2,500 or 3,000 friends or something like that. And it asked me to verify my page. I'm like, sweet. Went in. The number that I used to log into my Facebook is no longer the number that I need to verify my Facebook.
No.
And there is absolutely no way in the unholy heavens that I can get into that page without getting a text message from this number that no longer exists. So that page is now gone. But there's some sus stuff on it, because like if you click on the link, it takes you to some crystal candy, like some old lady's page. I'm like, I'm like, if some old bitch has done hacked my page, you know what I mean? Like, oh, you don't want this smoke, lady. I will break you down.
She's just posting all like her music and stuff. Eh?
No, she's
Next
actually
thing you know,
posting like
Spice the rapper.
gardenias and like flowers and shit. It's super strange, bro. Super strange, man. I'm not having it.
I was gonna say, like, Facebook is a weird place,
It's strange, eh?
and you're right. Like, it's kind of horrible. Like, especially from a lot of either producers, DJs, artists in Brisbane, just whinging like constantly.
Everyone is out here to whinge. Don't get it twisted, man.
Yeah.
Even I like to whinge, bro. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just, that's what I'm saying. Like, everyone's out here to listen and watch.
Yeah.
No one's really about the solution, though.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so like, if you're out here posting stuff continuously, of course you're going to get shit back all the time. Like, just step out of it.
Yeah.
Everyone's just putting like everything about their lives on social media. Bro.
I used to be that guy.
Yeah,
Don't
wow.
be that guy, man.
Yeah,
Don't
because
be that
it will
guy.
come back full
I
circle.
can't do it.
Yeah. Like, comes up in your memories and you're like,
Yeah, cringe. Like, oh, did I really post
yeah,
that?
like, oh, God, fucking cringeworthy. Like, when did I
Yes!
Oh.
This is it.
Oh my
Look
lord!
At
10-year challenge.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Wow.
The throwback, man.
How good were
How
you at
good-
Guitar
Yeah,
Hero?
straight
Guitar
up.
Hero / like, brother, come at me.
Wow. Wow. Look at that.
Yeah, see, the 10-year throwaway, like, from, like, moving packs to doing facts, you know?
See, this photo here is a perfect example. Is a perfect example of what he would rock up to the studio with.
Yeah,
I legit thought you were like Tane's lawyer or something.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably were.
Hey, yo, you need some advice. Hold on, man. I'll hook you up.
Yeah, go back to that photo, man. Just go back to the.
Guitar Hero.
Look at the hair.
Yeah, bro. I had this weird obsession. So, like, I used to be 180 kilos, right?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Congrats.
Oh, congrats.
What
I'm
getting
losing it.
Oh, I thought you meant. I thought you meant I'm getting there. You're like, oh, that's a milestone. Be proud of that.
Enforce it, embrace it, and breathe. Take it in. Take it
I'm
in.
not that much of a dick. Yeah.
That was so good.
No, but yeah, I got real fat. But like, I never thought I was fat. So I'm just like, when people are like, you fat motherfucker, I'm like, I'm half Islander. I'm meant to be big. You know? Do you think this is free? This is B-boy baller. You know what I mean? I got the big tummy. This is not. I don't starve.
yeah, exactly.
You know, like we paid out
I
here.
get to eat.
So like, I remember just rolling over one morning. I like stretched, and I looked at my arm, and I had all these stretch marks. So I'm just like, you really are a fat motherfucker. You know, it was like this self-realization thing, and like, there's like heart disease and bad shit in my family. So I was just like, Mum, I'm going on a diet. She's like, yo, well, sweet. You know, got me on some OptiFast stuff like that. Started counting calories and learning all that stuff. I cut like 45 kilos over like a year and a half or something like that, just dieting and not really exercising, just diet.
Yeah.
So I don't really do soft drinks much, chocolate, lollies, like anything like.
All that stuff's bad, eh?
Yeah, I'm like, and people make fun of me too. You know what I mean? I come in with a snack. I got like a quinoa salad and a fucking coconut water. People are like, really, nigga? Like,
Yeah.
what do
You're
you mean,
so much
really?
better than us.
Like
Jeez.
what? Because you're sitting there mashing a $2 cheeseburger, and I had to, you know, I'm eating like salad because that makes me feel better than that cheeseburger. What?
Yeah.
What's your problem?
Well,
Is?
was it funny? Like when you asked your mum, like, "Oh yeah, we're going on a diet. It's gonna start tonight," and she's like, "Oh yeah, good. Was the dinner that night KFC or something?" And you're like, "I'll start tomorrow."
Yeah,
That's
1,000%.
Oh, bro.
Standard.
And I think it was legit actually KFC too. You know what I mean? So I'm like mixing up this shake. I'm like, fuck you, motherfucker. I'm like, oh, it smells so good. And because you don't eat, like you miss the true sensation. You know what I mean? So I'd get real hangry. You know what I mean? Like my guts is full because I'm on these shakes and shit. But I was so fucking angry. Like,
Because you're not eating what you
I'm
want.
like walking past someone and like I started legit being able to decipher what fucking shapes you'd been eating. I'm like, oh, you just been eating them bacon motherfucking shapes. That's them cheese and bacon shapes. You know what I mean? I'm like walking down the road, be like, chicken sausages. You know?
Why is that?
So I was just like, nah. But like at the like I don't even fuck with much red meat anymore. No dairy.
That's great. Yeah. I mean, so would you class yourself as a vegan or just like?
I class myself as like I choose to try to be healthy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I think like animal based proteins is the way of the future. Really.
Yeah.
Like I don't think we can have enough protein out of animals to sustain humans as we are forever.
I was gonna
It's not
say
gonna work.
we had Joe Malafo in here, and he was saying like, yeah, he's a vegan,
Vegan, yeah.
but he used to eat like heaps of carbs,
Mm.
and then he's like, And they were like, oh, so why did you like? What made you turn you off like meat and stuff like that? He's like, oh, I just ate too much of it.
Yeah.
So it's like he still really likes meat.
He still like fucks with it, but he said his energy levels just weren't where he wanted them to be.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
he said he's like, man, I went vegan. I have 2 hours sleep a night. That's it.
Yeah, definitely. I'm only hitting like 4.
Yeah.
Maybe sometimes 3 hours a night.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's interesting how the body works.
And I hit the gym every day too. So like, I'm at the gym.
Yeah, let's be honest. That's why you're a bit late today. You were just getting a bit of pump.
Get
before you
pre-pump.
That's why he just took the jacket off.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say it's
Got
getting
him with the
serious.
comment.
It's fucking hot in here.
Let's take a step.
Yeah.
When's your next release coming out, bro?
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
happening? What's the plan?
Oh, Tane. You're going to hate me for this one, but we're going to go on the 1st of every month for the next 5 months.
Oh, wait. So like we're talking New Year's Day is gonna be
Yo.
one of them. And obviously December 1st. Yeah, that's dope.
That's dope. That's dope. So what's the next one? What's coming up next?
That's...
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can't really say.
You can't really say, because like the release plan's so like organic, like it just keeps doing its own goddamn thing. So
Yeah.
like...
Can we expect any features in these releases?
In the first 5, no.
Oh, great.
Going hard
No,
yourself.
it's all me. I'm showcasing myself.
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
like I'm backing myself. I'm not really trying to grab fans off anyone.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if you fuck with me, you fuck with me.
Hard.
Oh, you got some videos too?
Mm-hmm.
You got some plans for some videos?
Definitely,
you
like
do with-
the
course you
around
do
the twist,
with Tane.
like the around. Yeah, I've got Tane.
Yeah, you got Tane there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've got Tane.
You got everything.
Do I need to say more about my videos? Come on, man.
You got the whole works in
on.
one package
Yeah.
right there.
Like,
Got
that's what I mean.
wait, you've got a documentary. You've got a a vlog coming out, the behind the scenes.
yeah, man. Like he's so versatile.
It's
Like, if you were to
it's
think of one
ridiculous.
word to describe Tane, apart from other words that we don't talk about now, like it's just versatile. Like he's just got it all, and I'm just like, yo, what are we gonna do? He's like, look, I really like working with you, so let's cut this whole shit. Let's get it going.
Yeah.
So I'm super stoked. Super stoked.
It's really interesting that for the next 5 releases, next 5 months, you don't have a feature. Like for you, what do you look for when you either approach an artist for a feature, or if you hear something like, oh, I can vibe that, like, yeah, jump on the track. Like, what do you look for?
Guess that sauce, man.
Yeah.
It's got to slap, I guess. You know what I mean? Just straight off the bat from just the instrumental.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because you know what, like a lot of rappers, like especially like rappers who are just
Well,
starting
I don't like
out.
to judge a rapper on their past stuff. You know what I mean? Like if we're gonna get together, obviously that vibe is gonna be unique to its own situation. So
Yeah.
like I try to get the music created as quickly as I can inside of that elemental
100%.
moment. Because the further you stretch it out from that, the less organic it really is.
Yeah, definitely.
I agree with that.
But I was just about to say, like a lot of young rappers who are just sort of starting out, they just want to collab with anyone and everything. Like,
yeah,
do
I've
you
done
try
heaps
and
of collabs? You know what I mean? Like I was in, we were kicking stuff back when we were beyond therapy. So like, collabs is sort of not my jam.
Not your
And
jam,
it's
yeah.
like I wanted like my original EP that I wrote it and I had a lot of collabs in it with like a lot of people from back in the days.
Yeah.
But they just drag their fucking ass and they don't want it as much as me, bro. And they're not as hungry, they're not as dedicated, and I'm not calling anyone out,
Yeah.
but they're gonna watch this and like they know what it is. We've had these chats and it broke me when some of my homies are like, man, maybe this just isn't for me anymore.
I was gonna say, I think that is one of my biggest pet peeves is like when you've decided to do a collab,
Yep.
but the other artist isn't on your level, and
Yep.
it feels like they're just dragging the whole thing
Yeah.
behind
Or
you.
taking the fucking piss out of me. Do you
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
man,
especially because I was planning on backing it and they knew I was spending my own money, and like, this
Yeah.
is this thing, like, rappers are all good to do work until it's time to pay.
Oh wow! Can
You
we
know
just
what I
get
mean?
something in there?
Like,
Oh my lord!
like,
Oh my lord!
can you feel me, gang? Like, shots fired, shots fired, pay your motherfucking bills.
No, but that's
Nice combos, whatnot.
Hit him with the 2-piece and soda.
I think HB Boys can afford their bills though.
Yeah.
We'll give it
Yeah,
back.
yeah,
But no, you're 100%
Yeah, bro.
right. Like you are 100% nailing it, man. Because like I think that's for everyone, man. Especially in our world of DJing. Like it's
I
when
think
it comes
it's
to
like
money.
that with music anyways, you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, let's basic, we're all the struggling artist bandwagon, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, well, not struggling, but like, we ain't got it yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I ain't got Gucci to design flip flops when I wake up to stop my feet from touching the floor. You know, that's when I can be like, yeah, mama, we made it.
Yeah.
You know, my floor's heated or cooled. You know what I mean? I've heard about that heated flooring, but I'm about to step it up, and when I get some money, I'm going to get some cooled flooring because we're in Australia, and I don't think these motherfuckers got the memo.
Nah, they're not ready. They're not ready when they come in here.
Yeah, they're not ready for it. You know what I mean? Like, you can put your ice cream on my floor, and it will not melt.
You don't want to get it twisted. Like, say if it's summer and you actually have the heated floor on, you don't want that.
No. That would be
Make
torture.
sure you get that right. Yeah.
Exactly.
Actually, that could be a great stitch up though. You're like, yo, come into my house. Come on,
Burn your feet.
Hey, take your fucking shoes off.
You don't put those fuckers back on until I tell you.
Now suffer and just close the door. No, but man, like, I think money when it comes to like paying for music videos, paying for studio time,
Paying for
anything.
Definitely.
I think you just know in that moment like where the artist is at.
Definitely. If you're going to back yourself, you got like who's going to go inquiring? You know what I mean? I don't want no window shoppers playing around with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's like the way I look at people that inquire. Like, I've had a lot of people hit me up for some collabs and stuff. But I think so. Like, I don't want them writing my fucking hard work.
Yes.
At the end of the day, I'm scared that I'm going to do a lot of this hard work and my shit is going to take off, and then there's going to be someone, you know, sucking my dick off on the sideline, taking half of my shit for no other fucking reason apart from being there. You know, and that's not something that I'm keen to do.
Yeah.
And so. I feel like at your where you are in your career at the moment, it's good to showcase what you got.
Well, that's why
for the first 5 releases anyway.
Yeah, definitely, and they're all very different songs. They're all very extremely different songs.
Yeah.
Extremely different.
And I mean, like, obviously, you're well established enough that you're getting hit up for those collabs. So I think those collabs can wait.
Yeah, they'll come.
Those bigger features will come rolling through. Like,
Especially
definitely.
once everyone knows what you got too.
Yeah, exactly. I think once everyone like gets a fresh set of ears, because I was very much stuck in that old boom bap state of mind where, like, the last track that I created before I like started like getting back in, you know, working with Tane was boom bap's back. You know what I mean? And that motherfucker is like, it's soft. You know, like, but it was at that point where I was trying to, you know, get anything. You know what I mean? I just wanted content for my page. I'm like, oh, it's a video. I'm like, yeah, we've done it from start to finish. Like, I did this shit by myself. Fuck you, Tane. You over there taking, you taking your time. God damn it, I'm over here. I made this track, and then like when it was done and we posted, I'm like,
yeah.
shit. And it's like, it's just. So I've done a massive rebranding. Like, I've sort of tried to link all my social medias up, but it was really hard because, getting back to that, my fucking Facebook got shut down like 2 days before release. So I'm freaking out, and I was only lucky that I'd left Tane as an admin on my SPYCE page.
Nice.
So that's the only thing that stopped that SPYCE page from being locked down altogether as well.
Oh god.
You know what I mean? So I've had to get him to go in and add me back in as admin on my own. I was like, what the hell? And like, I'm trying to message him. He's in Switzerland. And he's like, bro, I'm on holiday. What do you want? I'm like, I need you to post this stuff. He's like, bro, you need to sort your shit out. I'm like, don't tell me, bro. I was like, I've just been hacked. I need you to help me right now. Let's be a team. He's like, that's strange, eh? Yeah, I posted it.
Yeah, he's over in Germany or something.
It looks like he's having a fucking great time too.
Switzerland, now he's in Germany or something. He was cutting a video.
All the videos that he's getting up so tight. And the photos, bro.
That's what I said to him. I was just like, bro, make sure you get some footage that we can sneak into some of my film clips.
Of course.
Just green screen you. Switzerland on the Alps.
So what's your long-term vision, brother? In terms of your music, where you want your music to be? Obviously, we know, you know, millions of streams, like getting played on radio, or even not on radio, just having a cult following. Where do you see yourself?
At the top, man. I want to get up there. Like, I don't want to be the best, but I definitely want to be up there with them.
Nice. So you're more, would it be like more of like a respect thing? Like, yo, that guy's like...
that's sort of played out. You know what I mean? Like, everyone's like, I don't want the fucking fame or the money. I just want the recognition.
Yeah.
Like, fuck recognition.
Yeah.
Like, I know who I am.
Yeah.
I don't need no recognition. I want some money.
And you know what you know your worth.
Yeah, exactly.
That's crazy.
And that's where I'm at. I'm trying to get some money. I can get, like, obviously know the way to get that money. So, obviously, the love of the music has always been what it was.
Yeah.
But when you sort of look at it from a different perspective, when you realize that you can market it differently, and things are changing very fast inside of the industry is very dynamic at the moment. Like things are snapping and changing and moving in place. People don't know how to release at the moment. Like it's so dynamic and fluid at the moment. You know what I mean? So shout out, cut the check. You know.
What about this? We were talking about this today. If everything sort of like when things pop up for you.
I keep trying to change that language about people too because they're like, if things pop up, I'm like, when. And I think it's all about positive, manifestation and just like really putting it out into the universe.
100%.
Definitely.
When you make it.
Thank you, my man.
Are you going to
remember you? Yeah.
No. We're gonna be there with you, bro. We're gonna
Let's go.
even if we're not, I'm just gonna be knocking on your door. How's the floors? Are they cold? Yeah, sweet. Let's go. I'll move in downstairs. What was I gonna say? We were talking about this today. Would you move to like America? Obviously,
it's on the cards. Yeah.
Or would you stay here in Australia?
Well, that's the whole thing because I got a lot of people at the moment like pushing me, going, "Oh man, you sound American. You sound this. You sound that." That's how I talk. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's who I am. Like, I don't think I'm putting it on for anyone. I was raised on black TV. So, eat a dick.
Yeah.
I talk like this because I like the way it sounds.
Yeah, exactly. But we were saying like...
I think it's time, though, that like you get rid of that stereotype because, again, back in the day, things that sort of made me stop was like I really liked American music and I wanted to make that type of style of music, but in Australia. Yeah. So anytime you bring that to the table, the boys are like, whack. You're whack.
Yeah, straight away.
Fucking biter. Yeah. This ain't America. Shut up. Like it was just never any food for you in that environment, especially to blossom. So I just write my shit on the low. Yeah. So I was so happy when like trap music started making a big make a big come out in like America and all that stuff because it was gangster rap first, and I didn't really write gangster stuff. But I was just like, we can get gutted with it.
Yeah, and you can't really relate. I definitely can't relate to it.
No, not with like fucking drive-bys and shootings and stuff like that. No.
Yeah.
But like
you can't. Yeah.
Especially with like the one.
Bro.
The 1-4
too fucking happy here.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's why it's like it's not weird for 1-4, but like it's different.
No, but it is a very real.
But that's real for them,
and it's not just in that one place, and that's what popped it off. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a area that people are starting to be forced to live in more and more and more and more and more and more, and it's just popping up like these little jigsaw puzzle like pop up places that they stick the poor people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, straight.
And then it just translates because they move from this little area to this little area, and then someone from this area. You know what I mean? So the culture's just spread, and it ends up being a sickness, and it's all the same shit then. So
that's crazy. Yeah, no, because we were saying like, I was like, man, it's just weird that everyone just wants to move over to the US, like when you can do it here.
From here.
Yeah, definitely.
You can just do it. I mean, obviously, living in LA, New York, they have connections. It's like I see the the thing of that, but it's like I don't think there's a better place at home.
Yeah, at the moment it's the forefront. We're just before the wave here.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? 1-4's made a big thing happening here. You know what I mean? And a lot of other guys are taking the same sort of wave. Whereas like, I sort of want to take that window and do something different inside of it.
Yeah.
So like, let's get some Drake's flows up in Australia. You know what I mean? Like, get some goddamn Mac Mill. Some goddamn. Like, give me something, some Chance the Rapper, some type of fucking flow. Like something from Australia with that flavor.
Yeah. And I you know what? I think you've got the flow.
Yeah, I feel
and I'm not talking about the flow that you're going to have in next 5 years. I reckon the flow that you're going to spit for us right now on the DimesCast. That was a great segue. I liked it. I mean, I really hyped myself up.
I seen you count that out.
Yeah, I was like
1, 2, 3, 4.
No, bro. We have a beat here. I mean, do you want to listen to it?
Yeah.
And has your name on it.
Oh.
So this is we did this one with
my Stevie Wonder.
we did this one with Mr. Fooney. So shout out Fooney. Shout out to Fooney.
I'm not gonna flex on you. I've heard this beat before. It's fucking fire.
My man, this is Spice in the mix, everyone.
Yo. Oh, I'm just gonna let this sample play because shout out to my homie Jennifer. Oh,
she watches the show. No.
I wish she does. Yeah. Super fine for your 50s too, baby.
She's watching this because she wants all the royalties. No, but this is Spice. Everybody, give him some love.
Love this shit. Look, check it. All my life, I've been gifted with this lifted shit. I just smoked about 7 grams of haze and shit. And I just walked up in here like, where the fuck is this shit? My next shit's gonna drop and it's gonna be like my best shit. So let me bring this back around so I can heat it up. Like last night's pasta, I stir it in the microwave and eat it up. Don't fuck around with me, I'm super high with it. My Stevie Wonder's on, gonna get me high so I can drive with it. Yeah. Pull me over, I'm doing 60 in the 40 way. Get away from me, I'm like, okay.
Let's go.
Let's go. Oh, shit. Super high.
Straight up. Well, brother, thank you for being on the show, man.
you.
I mean, you talked about a lot of stuff there, bro.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a lot of things that people will be like, yo.
Yeah, 100%.
That's some facts.
We
right
know
there.
this man now.
Yeah, it's some
Gotta
different
wait.
stuff. Yeah, but you got to wait for the next 5 months. It's like, it's a lot slower than I want it to be, but I think it'll be worth it.
Yeah,
Well,
definitely. bro.
yeah, bro. As I said before at the start of the show, thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule,
No,
bro.
all good.
Thank you.
And
Thanks for having me.
Make sure you guys go and stream American Express right
Yes.
now. The link, there it is.
Yeah,
Apple
tap the
Music,
link.
YouTube,
Every
Spotify,
platform,
let's
man.
go.
Yeah.
And
all the major ones. We're even on Tidal, so go get that one because that one pays me the most.
yeah, you gotta get the title. Go follow this man on Instagram, Spice the Rapper.
Yeah, Spice the Rapper on Instagram, Spice One on Snapchat, Spice on Facebook, all capitals.
Yeah, go send this guy a nice message.
for
Yeah,
sure.
spell with a
Get
Y,
on.
not an I.
Yeah. Make sure you get that right. All right. Yeah, follow this guy on Instagram, as I said.
Yeah.
And guys, make sure you always stay plugged to the first of each month for the next 5 months, because this guy's going to be dropping some fire
Bangers.
for the next 5 months.
Do it.
So yeah, go follow him. Go comment on everything.
Yeah.
Even if you want to abuse him, I reckon you can handle yourself.
Yeah,
bro.
we can get this smoke cracking however you want it, baby. We can get it going.
Well, anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next
Thanks,
week.
guys. Later.
Peace.
Peace.